And we're live, yeah!
Woo!
All right, that was a lot of effort to get us here, so we're just going to close it right now. Thank you for joining us tonight, Anthony. I hope you have a good weekend. Cody.
See you later, guys.
Glenn?
Thanks for having me.
What's up, guys? How are we doing? Yeah, good. Great. Way to fucking nail it. No.
Yeah. Oh,
I should have grabbed it. I haven't been drinking since I was running like an idiot, and I knew I should have grabbed a beer for tonight. I knew it would have been a beer night. So as you guys see, we have our usual lovely co-host, Mr. Cordles and Mr. Glenn down at the bottom. And then we have also our special guest host, Anthony Ramella. What's up, dude?
How's it going, guys?
Yeah. I don't know why I'm pointing towards my bathroom hallway, but welcome to the show.
I'm back there in his back room, chained up. I can't get out of this chair. You guys can't see, but
I keep him here to make me CBD, CBD, what's the ones you put in your butt suppositories? Anyways.
They make those, believe it or not. They make vaginal suppositories.
I'm sure I could just stick a regular CBD treat up my butt and it'd work just the same. I don't know. I heard that your mouth and your asshole are like the same skin.
Oh, dude, you got to bath bomb that bitch.
Ooh, a bath. Okay. Now think about this, Anthony Ramella, $1 million idea. A bath bomb suppository. You get the tingle when you sing, like something like that with this jingle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be almost sexual to put a bath bomb up there.
It's human nature. Speaking of which, I didn't get. So Anthony did last time. If I don't know if you guys saw, he jumped on the show and was helping me out because I look like a deer in the headlights because I got ran over by a truck. But we're talking about the CBD stuff. Unfortunately, I never sent him my address because I'm a terrible person. But I did bring something to almost get it. But it's weed edibles tonight. So tonight I figured let's get really stupid. So if anything happens, call the cops. Tell them to come get me. And as you guys see, we have Glenn back. He's been busy. How you doing, man?
I'm existing.
It's same, dude.
You look like you just got back from skating in the 90s, man. I love the flannel.
Yeah, it's fucking cold, bro. It's like almost 40 here. Like when I went to work today, it was almost 70, and by the time I got home, it was tipping down to the low 50s.
Yeah, it was still, 95 today?
Yeah, I was still kind of cold, though. That's the funny thing, because you're like, it's 40s, it's getting cold. I went outside yesterday, it was like 82 at night, and I was like, ugh.
Oh, man. Yeah, I live in a part of the country that 82 is like August. It doesn't ever get that hot here anymore.
So, well, actually, I don't even know where you're from, man, so we'll get into that. Let's do our buffets first, though. Let's see what we got going this week. And since you're our special guest, and you always got something cool, what do you got, Mr. Ramella?
I brought 3 on tonight just because I knew we were going to do a buffet. So, I got the Vuku Alpha one. This is one of my favorites. This doesn't actually get taken out very often, as you can see, like no scratches on this. It's like, but it reminds me of one of those old like 80s Walkman kind of looks to it. It's way too sharp to vape on a regular basis. Like it is, the edges are just way too sharp on it. And I'm only vaping stuff that I actually made liquid-wise. Only because Mixing It Up, which is on Tuesday nights on KBTV's channel, they've got me hooked now. Like I went out and spent like $130 on flavors and just started making my own stuff. So in that is this peanut butter custard that I made that I really like a lot. So I'm really happy that came out good.
You got samples?
I might. That's actually the first bottle I ever made of it, and it just turned out like perfect. So I don't like peanut butter stuff that's like bitter, and it seems like a lot of the peanut butter vapes have this like almost like a bitter, like boiled peanut kind of taste to it, and I'm not really a fan of that.
I think the only peanut butter I've tried is that Yogi.
Oh yeah, Deep Cuts makes one. Prohibition makes a pretty good one. Like I like their syntax; it's pretty good. But I felt like PB, the one from Deep Cuts, is a little like harsh, and I like my vape liquid sweet. So if you don't like sweet liquid, you're not gonna like my stuff.
It's funny you say
like
boiled peanuts
because sweetener.
It's funny you say boiled peanuts because whenever I taste the peanut butter vape, I always get the taste of like damp pistachios, if that makes sense.
Damp pistachios.
Not that I go around licking damp nuts, but
I'm just not a big fan of it. So
wet nuts. Sorry.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about calling that one like sugar nuts or something like that because it's caramel. Zenith, I absolutely adore this mod. Like I did not think I would, but it's voltage only. I have a tendency to wear coatings off because of the oils and like acids in my hands. Not any coating is worn off this. I
Nice.
can't believe it. And this is my daily banger, and it still looks like pristine. So, Falcon King on top. There was a Falcon King on the other one, or the original Falcon on the other one. That also has a flavor that I made. It's a mango marshmallow flavor. So I really like that. Like I said, it's all sweet. Like as you can tell by the size of me, I like my things sweet. And certainly last and least is this is a Vapor Storm product called a Puma. It's like a really inexpensive little banger.
I like that
for
skin on there.
$45. And it's got an RDA for vaping on it. I am not a dripper guy. I'm trying to get into it because I know coils are probably going to be tough to come by. Something about dual coil and chain vaping just doesn't work. Like it gets way too hot for me. So, and in that one, this is another, like I said, another one that I made. This is a strawberry pineapple candy flavor.
Ooh.
That I really like a lot. So, Capella. I mean, that's all I have to say. Like everything I got came from them, and it's worked out. Now there are a few other bottles that didn't work out so well that are poured out, but
you're not going to tell us at least.
Worked out pretty good. I tried to make a blueberry lime because I really like that blueberry limeade flavor.
Yeah.
And no, it's just can't. No, it's so harsh. It's like, you talk about throat hit. This is like, stomach hit.
It's like that dangly thing in the back of your throat, like Cardi B sings about.
It's just too much. Like it doesn't taste like blueberry. It doesn't taste like lime. It just tastes like harsh. It's just not working. So that one's probably gonna have to be seriously work. But I want a blueberry flavor. Like I want a really good blueberry flavor, and they're hard to find. It just doesn't work.
I've never seen a plain blueberry. It's always with something else. And I mean, I guess that's fair because to me personally, plain blueberries aren't good, but I haven't seen many.
I want like a blueberry cereal flavor.
Yeah. Ooh.
Like that's really what I'm trying for.
Yeah.
Sick Boy had a straight blueberry flavor that was pretty baller back in the day. I can't remember what it was. Man, it's gonna escape me.
Well, while you think about it, Glenn, what are you vaping on, man? That was all your setups, yeah?
That's it. I'm done.
Okay.
So I've got the version 1 Berserker with Breeze Tones Mount to Lung in it and VCT from Right Vapes. Best tobacco flavor I've had.
Nice.
Hands down. And that's all I'm running this week, man.
Just one, huh?
Just one.
It's crazy.
Keep
Well,
it simple.
To be fair, you'd probably pay like $82 for a 30 ml right vape, so it's understandable.
Actually, I think I only paid $20 for that.
No, that's not bad. Right vapes is usually pretty expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember when I would see right vapes and like I'd help stock it and shit, and then I'd be like, "Yeah, man, it's like I'm touching a Lamborghini of juice."
Yeah. We keep like 5 at a time. And we're like, yeah, those 5, it's like $120 right there. And we're like, oh, fuck.
All right, Cody, what do you got vaping on, man?
Take a guess.
Oh, let's see, topside dual with the recoil.
I was like, it's been 3 weeks since I've seen you guys, and it hasn't changed. So
It's been 2 years and it hasn't changed.
that's fair. And
He's
the
sponsored
flavor,
by Mike Vapes.
sometimes.
Yeah. Cody's actually sponsored. He didn't even tell us, dude. He's to keep it all the rewards. He gets free pre-built coils.
Exactly. It's my secret,
All right, so what juice then?
It's a Punch Ice, Homeboy.
How are you liking the ice aspect of it?
There's absolutely no ice to it at all.
So I like the mango ice in my, because you guys see me asking Dwayne's D on here all the time about his mango and stuff like that, and his punch is really good. But that ice is just not
Oh yeah, no, the
It's just not
flavors
there.
are good. It's they slap ice on it and it's just the same juice. Like there's no menthol in it at all. It's the same flavor.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. But
I mean, I'm a fan of like the actual flavor, but
Yeah,
like
the
I
ice
want-
part, yeah.
If it says ice, then there should be some ice.
If you like menthol, send me your address. I'll send you a box full. Like I don't like menthol, and I got a couple of boxes full of menthol stuff.
Hell yeah. All right, Cody's got to take a call. He's pimping right now, you guys, so I'll go ahead and hit my buffet. I'm totally going to switch it up. Oh, topside duel with a goat. What a surprise. And then I'm actually back on my OG juice that got me off of Sig's Anarchist Pink. As you can tell, it's dripping. Dude, this thing's dripping everywhere. I fucked this up. But anyways, that's it. That's all I got. It's such an interesting week this week with buffets. I know.
I feel bad, but I had 3 things now.
No, it's all good.
I'm used to these buffets that are like, I've got 17 things on my desk, and let me tell you all about them. And then like 45 minutes of the show is gone. And you're like,
no, we
okay,
do
well,
that
that
on
was
Monday
fun.
with Legion. That's when we do it with Legion. I don't know if you've seen Legion, but man, he's got like 42 setups. Shout out to Legion. But yeah, no, we usually keep it pretty simple around here. I think Glenn's the only one that has more than like 2 at once. We usually don't have that often. At most, I'll have like this little pod kit, but I ran out of juice for it, and I put regular juice in, and I still hate it. It's just not good. So, but yeah.
Is it okay if I come back in like 10 minutes?
Yeah, you just turn
deal
your
with
screen off.
something?
Turn your screen off. Go get that money. Slap that.
All right. Sorry. I'll be right back.
He's actually probably gonna go get chicken wings. I saw his dad was smoking stuff all day.
Nah, dude, I ate so many chicken wings earlier. They're bomb. Bomb.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Like 10, 15 minutes.
All right,
you
bye.
just got to meet a guy outside, through the car window. So it's cool.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta
Yeah,
go-
right. We live
I gotta
in
go deal with
Vegas.
some
We have
business.
doorfront drug delivery. No.
Gotta make money on the corner somehow,
Hey,
He said corner, but he emphasized on corn. There's going to be some corn cobbing going on. So in the chat, we do have a couple people drop what they got. We'll hit that real quick. And let's say shout out
You
the chat
never-
real quick.
I was like, you never husked corn before?
Not with my butthole.
What these hands are made for. No, all right. I'll be right.
All right. Wow. So we got RB Mark II, first guy here. And then we got Erwin. I always get it wrong. What's up? Good to see you. Mr. David Moyle from Down Under. RB Mark II. Good to see you. And let's see. RB Mark II threw in his. He's got cherry limeade and a Juggernaut V2 on a detonator. David Moyle. Excuse me. As I die. Fatality M25 Hardron. I don't know how you guys say that. Chines Whispers from Jubby's Juice. Using up waffle wins. So he's getting his waffle wins. Why do they call it a waffle? Does anyone know?
because they're not allowed to say raffle.
Oh, so it's kind of like just a play on words. That's not as cool as I thought. I thought someone had a really cool waffle at one point that had like $5 in it, like when you do your laundry. Anyways, we had Joshua Aptly Miller in the chat. What's up, man? Good to see you. And yeah, that's it. We're pretty low. We're low budget tonight, guys. So we're gonna get into a little bit about Anthony Ramella, who he is. You guys have seen all the stuff on the Instagrams, because I'm an old man and I say it like that. You've seen his videos and being used in like vaping with the Omis scenes and stuff like that. Green Room. He's done a lot of stuff. So anyways, man, let's get a little bit into it. I know you told the story probably a million times, so I won't bug you too much about it. But where'd you get the idea to start doing all this, man? Because you do Shake and Bake Media as well.
Yeah, so it kind of bled. I used to work at a vape shop, and I wanted to promote the vape store because as I started climbing through the ranks, we would get like bonuses and stuff. I'm like, man, we gotta, as Breezestone says, the interwebs. So it kind of started through watching some YouTube videos for guys, and I'm like, I see these guys are like way too serious. Like there's got to be a clown out there, so I'm gonna do that. And then we started releasing a new liquid every week and making these liquid posters. So, every week the new liquid would come out and then we'd make a poster and put it on the wall to kind of advertise it. And we would make them all from scratch. So me and this other guy, his name's Drew. He's the he's the bake part of Shake and Bake Media. I shake it up and he bakes it and makes it right. So all this video stuff that you see is stuff that he's doing. Like I give him
Gotcha.
the idea and I'll be like, yeah, tweak this, or this is the idea that I have, and then he's the workhorse. He's the guy doing all the stuff, and I'm just out promoting it. So, so it just kind of spurred out of that. I did a YouTube show for a while. I was on like 5 mornings a week, so it was a lot. So once we left the vape store, strictly financial reasons, to be honest,
Yeah.
it was like 70 hours a week for like $500. It was just not worth the time. So we decided, hey, we're going to go work for a CBD company and sell that. And they wanted to do white label products. So like if we go to a somebody's shop and they're like it's Bob's CBD dispensary, or whatever it is,
Produce for them.
yeah, we just make Bob's CBD gummies, and then they'd sell them there.
Yeah.
And that started to grow into, well, can you guys do this advertising, and can you make pictures for our website, and can you make me an Instagram ad, and can you make me an intro for my YouTube show? So it just kind of grew out of that. And I'm creative, he's creative, we have a good time with it. And I couldn't be happier. Like, I get so sick of working for somebody else. I've done that so much of my life.
Yeah.
Making some rich guy money who's sitting at home on his couch. So it's hard. This year's been rough, obviously, because of COVID, not being able to get out there.
Yeah.
But the response has been overwhelming. Like, I can't get my own website done
because you're doing so much work.
Somebody else's shit, which is not anything new for me because I used to be a mechanic, so my car was always the one that was like.
You had the worst car, but everyone else was running great.
I mean, any real mechanic that you know whose car is in really good shape ain't a good mechanic. Like, he doesn't have enough work to do. So,
yeah.
So I started having some fun with it, and you just never know how somebody's going to respond. So, I started doing like face-off stuff and things like that. And I'm like, man, somebody might just be upset that I'm doing this. If I put Swagon's face on a girl, is he gonna be pissed off about it? But it's been really overwhelmingly good response. So the stuff you guys see on Instagram is just for fun. That's not the professional stuff that I do.
Well, that's the point, though. It's like I love the fact that you share the fun stuff too, because I noticed I do a little bit of social media stuff, for my previous position, also content creation stuff, and I get tired of seeing people that are actually really talented at stuff that don't apply the personal stuff to it or make it fun or show who they are with it. And I love the fact that you're willing to do that on top of the fact that you're also creating what is a business which is also obviously doing well and getting people into it by being able to be yourself. And I think that's a lot of what people are missing, because you're putting yourself out there, and I would love somebody that I can work with, that I can laugh with, as well as get stuff done. So that's why I think it's fucking awesome. Especially I always say it, and I'm gonna ask you D about it. The one with the Last Supper, that one was fucking great. That one was so good. That should be a prize on a waffle somewhere. I hate that word.
Yeah, it's fun. It's cool because you never know that something that you're good at is actually going to allow you to make money at it. And it's a lot. There are rough days. I mean, this was a rough week. We had a lot of stuff going on this week. But I get to be creative, and one of the big things for me is when it comes to labeling, I want something that jumps off the shelf. I want, you look down a low row of products, it's like, dude, what's up with that? I want that. And that's kind of where we are. I mean, our slogan is, badass, nasty graphics. And that's what we want to be. I don't want to be, all prim and proper. That's just not my way. So, if you got a liquid company out there or something you need labels for or advertising, a lot of you may not even know that a lot of the intros that you watch from other shows are stuff that I've made.
Yeah.
Like the Poon Sauce one, that's one we made. That 70s Show Green Room intro, that's one we made. And I do things for my friends a lot of times for free just to kind of get us out there.
Yeah.
But I can't do everything for free. I still have to pay rent. So
you actually just posted this one too that I think is amazing. That shows it should just be a testament to your talent of this. The one you made today for the green room with the green neon lights and the smoke and then the fog going through it and everything. It's I know that people see the stuff that I do. I just use a cheap app that I throw overlays on. That's all I do with stuff like this. But with what Anthony's doing here, that's hard work. It's it looks cool, and it's maybe a 2-minute clip or something like that. But you probably took an hour to do. And so, I'm sure more than that.
Yeah, and the only thing, a lot of it is the downloading and the rendering time on some of this stuff, because you get done with it and it's okay, it'll be done rendering in 3.5 hours. It's just wow, this takes a lot to do that. But it's the programming costs. I mean, a lot of the software we use. I mean, there's one we bought this last week that was $1,000.
Yeah.
That's not it's not cheap to do that, but you have to stay cutting edge, or you're just going to look like every other shitty Instagrammer out there. I mean, that's just what you have to do. And the funny thing is, you actually inspired me today, because the one you put out this morning for this show looked really cool. It had the birds flying across. I'm like, all right, he's trying to show me up. I'm gonna have to put out something fucking awesome today for one of the channels. So that's what the green room. I got a spurt out of that. So yeah, but it's fun.
Don't take that as me having any skill whatsoever. Like I said, I got this app on my phone, so I go through and with the show graphics and stuff, I find something I like on Google. That was actually a picture of a sign in Barstow, California from 1960, 1970 or some shit. And then I just change it around, and then I just throw the overlay on it. So believe me, there's no testament to talent there besides my Photoshop erase tool.
And sometimes when Drew's working on something, I'm just over there playing around on my own little Photoshop thing, and whatever spurs me. But I kept seeing all these shows doing these face-off things, and they were terrible. The heads were way out of range and not even close to the right color and stuff. And I'm like, there's a better way. We could kind of mesh this in a little bit better and make it look more. And once I started doing that, I couldn't stop. I think I do advertisements for 6 shows a week now.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start doing one for the Omis on Monday too, just because, or I'm sorry, the Amigos and Co. on Monday, because it was the first time I got to see that show, and you guys were a lot of fun on that show. So, does that show have a name, or is it just?
It's just Amigos
whatever you
and
decide
Co.
to call it? Okay.
Yeah, so we called it Amigos Monday, but everyone calls it Monday, so we kind of went away from like a Monday thing, because to be honest, I'm the only American in the cast, so I'm the only one that's on Monday. I mean, we got the guy, you guys in the chat, and the Amigos that are watching us and stuff. A lot of them are from the U.S., but for the majority, Monday show is all Australian, so we kind of stopped calling it Mondays. But we started this out with originally with a couple other people, and then where we're at now is just how it happened to fall too. Like there was nothing like ever bad or anything, but it just came down to now the original guys that are left is me, Adam, and Legion, and then I started doing the Friday Fallouts by myself, and Glenn here was gracious enough, and he's like, yeah, man, I'll come on with you, because he was in the chat with us. He'd always be someone showing support, always had jokes and stuff. So I was like, yeah, man, come on, and then all of a sudden he has no more jokes. No, I'm just joking, but But yeah, so that's it. But yeah, we call it, I call it this. None of the other guys call it this. We don't ever take any of it too serious. But I call that the flagship show. That's more of the vape advocacy stuff. That's more of the stuff where we're here to inform and fight for stuff. Don't get me wrong. You've seen this. Like we do a little bit of advocacy here, but more or less, it's the Friday Fallout because we just want to fuck off, man. Like
yeah, and that's what I love about this show.
Yeah,
we got to let Glenn talk at some point.
I know.
I'm a quiet guy. What can I say? I have a question for you. What's your current computer rig looking like as far as specs go? Because I want to have a good understanding of what kind of processing power it takes to do the work that you do.
It's a big Mac. That's about the best I could tell you at this point. Like I'm not the tech guy. I'm the idea guy. But I can definitely get you those specs. Like that's not difficult. Yeah. We worked the hell out of that thing. I could tell you that. That Mac probably ran us like $6,000, something like that when we started out. So yeah, it's one of those things where you can do stuff on a smaller level, but if you want to like stand out, if you want to keep cutting edge, because the thing is like technology gets better all the time, and like Vandal was saying, he's got an app on his phone where you can do that image. Well, 2 years ago that would have taken me all day to make that image. So it just continually gets better. Like some things that we've done in the past, and now I see like advertisements for them using like that imagery and say, oh yeah, you can do this for $99. I'm like, do you realize it took me a week to make that the first time? Like, so yeah, when I first started editing the YouTube show, because we did things that were a little, I mean, no offense, but like a little bigger production value.
Yeah.
Like, we did green screens and, imagery and all that kind of stuff.
Production work.
It would take 3 or 4 days to edit one of those down, so that it looked right and everything was, and now I'm doing it in like 20 minutes, so it's a completely different ball game, and you just have to kind of keep staying on it. I was trying to think of the name of the company that makes really good software, but it's just escaped me right now. If I think about it later on, I'll tell you.
I know Glenn's gotta hate the fact that you answered Mac, because before I got my setup.
Macs. I don't like Macs, but Drew does, and so he's doing most of the work, so I gotta let him go.
I love Macs, and I've switched. I haven't switched over. I've been using Macs for a long time, but I got this new one, Glenn, because I know Glenn was like investing in getting a PC all set up, and he was all, he was like, yeah, let's talk about parts stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm getting a Mac. He's like, oh, never mind. Like,
yeah, and my dad worked for IBM like back in the late '70s, early '80s, so I have this like inner hatred for Apple, so I can't in good conscience like get one, but I make my living off of one. So that's just how it is.
Like I really kind of have this this deep sadness for all the people who purchased Macs recently, because in the coming year or two they're going to become completely obsolete once they switch over completely to Apple Silicon.
Yeah. We'll see. Well, the thing is, like, I've been using it, like, for the longest time. I mean, yeah, of course, there's going to be, like, new stuff that comes out. But I'll be dead honest with you. I have the whole suite of the Adobe programs that I pay monthly for or whatever. And I still use Photoshop Classic from 2005. So, and Lightroom Classic. So it'll definitely suck, because I thought about that. And what kind of pissed me off too is like right after I bought this Mac right here, I got this Mac. I spent like I spent a few grand on it. It's kind of expensive. 3 weeks later, they started like the same price. They got the ones with the new Intel processors for free, same price and everything, with 16 more threads and all this shit, just in standard, because they're trying to get rid of it because the ARM's coming out. So like of course, like I won't say Apple has great business acumen and for their customers, but I will say, like, as far as products go, I went through 3 PCs in my deployment to Afghanistan, man. They all fucking blue screen to death for me, and then ever since switching, I've been able to stay stable on these.
one thing I would tell you, Glenn, to look at is Artlist. You can get copyright-free music that you can use on any video that you own forever, and then they also now have come out with a media version of that, so you can get a lot of stock footage and stuff. I use the music side. I don't use the stock footage because I can't stand to use somebody else's stuff. But it's great for somebody who wants to kind of get into that. So that's an option. And the subscriptions really aren't bad. I think it's only like a couple $100 a year. And you can download as many songs as you want. I've used hundreds of songs off of there. And like I said, they're completely cool. You can use them on YouTube. You can use them wherever you want because, you basically own the rights to use it.
Oh, hell yeah. I will have to.
Yeah, Artlist is really cool. Like I can't. I mean, it's one of the ones. I mean, I'm not gonna start pimping stuff.
Yeah, no, it's all right. If you got something that you like, do talk about it. Because I was gonna say, for like the sound, for the music I use for our channel, I use this website called Ben Sound. I have to put them in the bio just to cover my ass because they let you use your stuff license free as long as you like shout them out, or whatever. But like bensound.com, there's a lot of resources out there nowadays for content creation that's free. And like you said, you see all these people like charging $100 for something to take you forever to do. It's so shasty. Like don't ever pay for these video content or music content places that charge you like $100 for like a month or a year or whatever it is, because you can find so much free stuff online now. And like
there's some great Photoshop type programs out there that are absolutely free to use. I mean, as long as you don't mind, the ads popping up every once in a while. I mean, you can get around it. But most of the Instagram ads I make is on a free Photoshop program. It's not anything that I paid for.
Yeah, most of the production that I try to do, at least on my end, has been audio, and getting a program that will, or at least the hardware that has the right buffer rate without having to go in and adjusting on the software side has been.
Are you using like GarageBand or something like that?
Actually Reaper.
Audacity just kind of upped their game. That might be an option for you too. They've fixed it so where they're more voice focused instead of music focused, and it's so much better now.
Yeah. And what are you trying to do exactly, Glenn, with sound and stuff? Like chop stuff up and splice and mix it and stuff?
Yeah, like good anything for recording like music tracks, or as I was talking to you about the other night on
the podcast,
podcasting stuff. I just want something simple because there's so many audio workstations that have a just massive learning curve. Like I tried Cubase a few years ago, and that was like taking a 6-year-old and putting them in front of Pro Tools.
Actually Logan Exhales turned me on to Audacity because he told me that they'd upgraded, and I have to admit, like, we were using GarageBand before, and it was okay, but it was hard to use. And this new Audacity stuff is actually much easier.
Yeah.
So, but it's funny because actually the reason why I really kept watching you guys was actually because of Glenn.
Yeah.
He kept reminding me of Napoleon Dynamite's brother, like always. And I'm like, I can't wait till I can start making some ads for these guys because I am doing that ad. I don't know why it just
you see it, Glenn?
Struck me as that, and not in a negative way. It was just like, dude, I don't know anybody else that looks as much like him as you do. Sorry to say, I mean, I don't no disrespect.
No, Glenn's bringing in the viewers, man. He didn't realize it, but dude, you're the bread and butter around here, bro.
I just like want him to say quesadilla.
La Fonda.
Man, you say anything on here, I'm gonna snag it.
Great. Yeah, I just need the glasses now.
Yeah.
Well, at least, dude, Halloween's coming up. Now you're ready to go,
If I could only shed that, like, 150 pounds so I could be 50 soaking wet.
I could lose a Backstreet Boy and still be totally fine. Like,
which one, though? Are you talking to JT?
All of them, probably. I mean, like I love to eat, man. That's I have this bad candy addiction. Like it's and I try and fool myself into thinking like, well, I only paid $1 for these 6 mini candy bars, so I can eat that. It's $10 worth of candy.
And then dollars aren't calories.
Right? Like there's a bag of donuts right here. Like it's like I love sweets.
I'll expose myself since we're exposing ourselves. So this is my little stream room, right? My fucking little office wannabe thing. Because I'm such a professional. I got this little shelf right here. Bro, it's all fucking snacks. It's all snacks. Amazon.
I think that's a shed time thing. Like once you kind of start down that road, it's just you have no willpower after that. It's
You're
just
ready
like,
to go.
Oh, I gotta have it. Yeah. Salty, sweet, cold. So ice cream with pretzels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's nothing worse than taking a trip to the shed and not having any snacks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and having to go somewhere or try and find some
Or like when
making up something ridiculous that you have in the shelf.
Like a pack of ramen noodles without the seasoning.
Go ahead.
A pack of ramen noodles without the seasoning, so you try to mix like barbecue sauce with it or something,
Yeah. And at that moment, it doesn't taste so bad. Like later on, you're just burping it up and you're like, what the hell did I eat?
When you're getting killed by Call of Duty kids that are 12 years old and you're like, blah, blah, it's burping up fucking hot sauce ramen.
Like we made this shirt. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but it's an I vape shirt with.
Nice. Fucking from.
So-
God damn it, I can't think tonight.
Big
Big
Lebowski.
Big Lebowski, that's right. I guess I need to hit the shed time again. Where's it at?
My friends didn't die face down in the mud, so I could vape.
All right, Cody, so you didn't miss much. We found out Glenn's the bread and butter of the show that drags everyone in. And then we were just talking about stoner foods. And then, so just normal shit.
Yeah.
How did Pimpin' Them Hoes go?
It went pretty well, Sorry about that, sometimes you gotta enforce the law. It's good old.
I could tell by the fervor in your voice and the straight passion in your eyes that you're very serious right now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Is this passion in his eyes? Okay.
You have to know Cody. Like
Every time I try and pick a picture out of him to use, it's like, does this guy's eyes ever get wider than just like that much?
The worst part is he's the only one here besides, I'm going to assume you that doesn't partake in shed time before the show or anything like that. So Cody's
I partake in shed time.
Are we talking
all the
about
time.
weed? Is that what you guys are talking about?
Yeah.
yes, Mom.
Okay, I was so fucking confused when I came back. You guys were talking about shed time. I was like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Bro.
It's a way that they haven't come against us yet on YouTube. If we say shed time,
All right, well,
then,
blur that out. What I just said then. My bad.
Yeah, not that one.
I meant like
it's like skeet, skeet, until they figured out what that was. So,
motherfucker. Yeah. That shit like wasn't blurred out like on the radio, and then they're like, wait a second, like.
Or like that was the pinnacle of hip hop and on the radio, because you had like the Yin Yang Twins and then a song was like, wait till you see my dick, and then fucking Lil Jon's like, balls, trip to the balls, and like your parents were like driving around like in their fucking Cutlass Supreme like, oh yeah, dude, Lil Jon, he's my favorite, and it's like skeet, motherfucking bitch ho, and it's like, man, Mom, you don't know.
Drove down my balls.
Yeah, that was the pinnacle of hip hop on the radio.
Oh yeah.
No, but talking about shit time, I was a grower for like 15 years, so
That makes sense.
I'm deep. Like
I was more of a
deep.
shower.
Yeah.
More of a shower.
Cool.
Shut the fuck. Oh my god.
I want to go to one of Glenn's DJ shows when he gets that all worked out. Because you're kind of dressed like a Seattle DJ right now. Anyway.
I feel like it would just be. It would just be all like. Would it just be like house and trance?
That's basically what I do in the garage.
Like, I mean, I could get down for that for like 30, 45 minutes, but like I don't do drugs, so that shit doesn't really appeal to me.
I don't
Like,
do
I mean,
drugs,
like
okay?
after a little while, I'll just be like, all right, I'm over it.
To be fair though, as you can tell, Cody doesn't get excited about much.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
true.
So how do you celebrate without drugs? Like, who do you? Is it just
Without
cake?
drugs,
A good T-bone
mean-
steak.
I drink a lot.
Oh well, that's okay.
If you want to count, okay, I guess you count that, but yeah, I mean that's a little different. Like,
I'm not here to judge. Trust me. I like it though when people are like alcoholics and they're like, I don't do drugs.
fair.
You know?
All right.
I'm just
Well,
a fucking
because-
lush that's killing my liver, but I don't do drugs.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's.
It's
I
what?
think it's just it's society or whatever.
It's just
Yeah, because alcohol's okay, but drugs aren't. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like,
What are you,
I do drink a lot, but I'm not like I don't really like smoke
Yeah,
weed or
Cody doesn't
anything.
smoke weed, but like he'll get drunk, and then so like we'll have people over, and I have a friend that's notorious for just saying really stupid shit. And Cody's usually very quiet, but then he's drunk. My buddy comes over, and we'll play like beer pong, and he gets really aggressive. And he's like, "I'm the greatest motherfucker in the world," and Cody, he goes, "Actually, like you're terrible," and then he starts talking to people like this, and that's when you know.
And
And
then
then
I thought you were
comes
saying
out.
I was saying that.
Yeah.
I was like, I
His
was
little
like,
knife
shit,
hand
what?
comes out, and that's when Cody's hyped. He's like, "Actually, no, you did it." And he starts doing the hand on the hips things, like your dad, like you didn't clean your room, and all that shit. That's Cody Crunk, man. So like, that's how he has fun.
Yeah, I'll actually like speak up sometimes. You'll be like, wait, oh, Cody said words. That's weird.
That's good. You just don't say anything until there's something that needs to be said.
Pretty much.
Basically.
I just want to know, Vandal, do you move those lights to the outside of the house during Christmas time?
No, I've actually only had these lights for about a month now. I've been, I got furloughed when all this shit got done, and eventually got full-time laid off. So I didn't have much going on. So like a drunk housewife without the wine, and the actual bank account that should be able to do it. I've been Amazon shopping a lot, so I have thousands of these lights now of just like either black lights, strobe lights, and other shit that I just don't need. So I'm trying to use them as I can here and there.
It's like a rave in your own room.
Well, the worst part is they're actually doing some. So we rent this house. One of the showers fucking leaked into our bedroom, and so I had to move the bedroom bed into here into my office because they're tearing out all those walls, and it's taken like a month. And so everything in here is just a fucking mess. So that's why it's so dark right now with just the strobe light, because I can it's just gross in here.
Can confirm. I mean, I haven't seen it, but his bathroom is fucked. Like,
Yeah, they tore out all the walls and everything. And I know that really didn't have much to do with the light, but I just hit the bonk, so I'm kind of spacey. By the way, shout out to everyone that's joined the chat recently. We got Frames Janklin in the house. I also did shout out Advocate for Liberty. He's been here for a while. Addy
Addy Tooney's in the house, baby.
Tooney, always dropping the links, holding it down. He is like the fucking glue of the vape YouTube world. He's holding it all together.
Addy's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That guy must be omniscient because he's in like 7 chats all at the same time.
Dude, because he's like in that movie
man.
that movie Grandma's Boy. He's the guy with the fucking thing. He's got the computers everywhere, and he's like, Jarvis, go post this link.
Oh, he's fuck, what's that dude's name? Shit. It escapes me.
Yeah, I can't remember his name either. But he was also in Avatar as a really weird guy, as always. And then, yeah, Wintucky Shine's here. I got a lot of people here now. But, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I shouldn't hit the bong because now I'm fucked up. But you know what? Let's go ahead and move on into some tinfoil hat time, guys.
Ooh.
Oh, wait a minute then.
I am totally unprepared.
Shit. Man.
All right, you guys got 5 seconds.
Well,
Oh man.
That's all right. Just wait till I sat on my tinfoil hat earlier.
Well, shed time.
it's better than mine.
All right. Did you put lights on that?
It's a hat that I put the tinfoil hat on that already had lights on it from St. Patrick's Day.
Oh man. Cody, you didn't put
Protects you
the
from
squid
the-
on?
Looks like a UFO is landing on my head.
Not suitable for children.
Yeah.
Protects you from the ultraviolet rays.
Right.
All right. So while Glenn gets his hat ready, I think that's what he's doing. I'm gonna stop talking. Anyways, so I had an idea for tinfoil hat time where nothing specifically in mind, but I'm gonna bring up one that I know Glenn has heard about. I think we talked about it before, and then I want us each to talk about something stupid that we've heard. Try to keep it off of politics as much as we can because I try to stay away from that shit because we're just not gonna like each other by the end of it. So. No politics, no religion, but any weird conspiracy theories, or if you got probed by an alien, tell us. Was it ribbed for your pleasure? Just let us know. But
Exactly.
yeah. So I'll start
How
out.
about that debate the other? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You know what?
Just kidding.
Fuck it. Let's just reenact the debate. We'll take turns being each one. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, so let's just yell at each other for.
Can
an
you
hour
shut
straight?
up, Cody? Man. No.
I brought back Big Ten. Okay, football. Like, let's be honest.
All right. So my first idea for the conspiracy theory, I know Glenn can relate to it. is back when I was in the boot camp in the Army, you always heard this rumor going around that you don't eat scrambled eggs. So scrambled eggs in the military, usually no matter where you are, unless you're on an Air Force base and that's 5-star dining, you get these scrambled eggs that come in a powder form in this bag that looks like something that a baby cow would drink out of, like it's a milk bag. And they mix it up and they pour it out, and they fry them up, and they put them on your plate. So anyways, they said that they used to put saltpeter in the eggs so that you couldn't get boners, which would make you less likely to try to bang your soldiers or your brothers, sisters in arms, whatever, while you're doing it. Glenn, did you ever hear about that one?
Did, and personally, I think that it's less of a chemical reaction and more of having to be in a room with 30 other dudes.
So then that'll bring me to this question then. Are you saying you didn't get any boners because you were in a room with 30 dudes the whole time?
No, I'm not saying that.
I got hella boners, so I don't think it's real.
There's some pretty nice dudes in that room, let's be honest.
I heard it was a really bad problem on submarines, man. Those things are full of semen.
Oh yeah, they're long and hard, you know.
Ready? I got the laugh track. There you go.
The sitcom laugh track.
I didn't.
Oh, that's good.
What is that, 70s show?
Yeah. Glenn, I can't hear you. Go ahead.
I didn't take 30-minute shits in the middle of weapons cleaning for no reason.
All right, there you go. Straight from the Glenn's mouth. He jerked off while he's pooping. So that's a very common thing that let's talk about. No, I'm kidding. So I wanted to ask you guys, Cody, Glenn, Anthony, if any of you guys got something to go right away with. What's a funny conspiracy theory that you've heard, and let's get into it a little bit. Cool.
Oh, like boner wise?
Huh? Not like, it doesn't have to be boner. It doesn't have to be about wieners.
Okay, well,
if
I mean, that's all right.
Is that cut out? Is that cut out a lot of content?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
No. No. Just kidding. I don't know.
So.
Does it have to be conspiracy theories
Well,
that you've heard, or can it be one that you have that is just...
It can't. Yeah, anything.
Oh, dude, if it's one that you came up with yourself, please send it.
Well, I don't even really think this is necessarily funny, but I have this conspiracy theory that the reason why that sperm banks came into existence was so that we could just get rid of men. Because men are just basically breathing machines for dicks. I mean, that's all we are. So once they have enough sperm built up, all the women can just take over, and there's really no need for us anymore. So that always scared me. Like, last man standing, is that where we're going here with this? So that has been. The other one that is probably, I guess, pretty common is the moon landing.
Yeah.
Like, I always wondered how there were shadows. Where they got lights set up on the moon so they could get a good shot of that, or how does that work? So,
this sucks. I totally have to talk to you about this.
I mean, I watched
There's the sun that has light, and then when you're in the way behind you, the shadow comes. No, I'm kidding.
Did you guys ever watch that episode where they did it on MythBusters?
Yeah, that was like 20 years ago. Go ahead and tell us again. So the shadows, the footprint, the flag, they did all that shit, and they basically pretty much debunked all of it besides the footprint. They couldn't really redo the footprint too well, but everything else, the shadows, they kind of set it up with a miniature figure and set it up with one light source and made it work to where the shadows went two different directions, Yeah.
And it was I was all right, that's interesting, but the footprint was the only one that they were I don't know how that happened, but since 3 out of the 4 we're good, they're kind of leaning towards it actually happened.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get where some people are coming from. They're oh, there's no wind in space. How that bitch flapping? And they're well, and they did the thing where maybe he's twisting it and it looked like it flapped.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't know. It was
an advocate for liberty says he's a lizard person in disguise. I believe that. I believe that.
I've seen his streams. He has the eyes that go like this. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
That's a perfect segue to my theory that Justice Ginsburg didn't actually die. She just went back to the mothership to get a new meat suit.
Oh, no.
That's an interesting... There's a big one about Demi Moore that, she was born near Roswell. She doesn't seem to age. Her and Rob Lowe... I was just watching. I'm sorry, I'm old, but I was watching About Last Night, which is a Rob Lowe Demi Moore movie.
Yeah.
And you see them in that movie, and you see him now, and it's like, I think Rob Lowe looked younger now than he did then. It's like they've got to be like in their like 50s or 60s.
Yeah, he's definitely closer to 60s. He's in Parks and Recs too, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't think he was that old. Like that's my first interaction with him memorably because I saw him in other stuff. But
I mean,
like,
if you guys think I have gray up here, you should see down under. Like,
Oh, man.
how in the hell do you stay that young looking for
I
that
think-
long a period of time?
I think the easy answer, if I know we're not like you're gonna get into the debunking thing, but my opinion is how they do it. It's this thing called lots of money.
Yeah. Have you seen?
But
those
Demi Moore, I want to
commercials?
say this though. Hold on, Cody, save it real quick
Okay.
because I want to throw this out there. Demi Moore has aged and she's gross. Not a fan. Anyways, go ahead, Cody.
Worst boob job in Hollywood history, though. Looks like
Oh,
somebody just
man.
stuck a
Tara
couple
Reid.
cantaloupes in there.
Oh.
No.
Yeah,
Like, you should have just kept the original ones because it looks so much better.
the original ones. No, what I was gonna say. I mean, it has nothing to do with like. It's about Rob Lowe. Like, have you seen those commercials? I think it's DirecTV, like commercials with Rob Lowe, where he comes out. Oh no, it was on The Interview, that movie.
Yeah.
Where like he comes out where he's like, I've been balding, and he like takes his hat off, and it's like the worst. It's so bad. I thought that shit was so funny. Like, I mean, yeah, it has nothing to do with anything you guys are talking about besides Rob Lowe's. in it,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Hey, it works.
We can talk Rob Lowe. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, he's been
Whatever.
acting for like what, 30 years now?
Oh, long time.
He was in like the
Really long
original
time.
West Wing in like 1992 and stuff.
Oh, way before that, he was in The Outsiders.
yeah, that's
Demi
right.
Moore,
Like, I watched The Outsiders when I was in like middle school,
Yeah,
and he was in that. So
that's
I
fair.
don't even
Yeah.
know how old he is. I'm sure somebody in chat probably knows, but I have no idea how old he is. But that dude looks like he's 25. Like, I don't know how. Like, I passed him on the road somehow.
Well, there is a lot of plastic surgery out there. I mean, have you guys seen these Kardashians? Like that, what's her name? The one that's never. I'm not
Oh.
trying. I'm not trying to be mean. I guess this is mean, but whatever. The one that's never
Oh, the
cute.
one that
That's
got
been
the new
trying
face?
forever. Yeah, like it's been like 30 years and you're still trying. No one cares. Just be yourself, girl. Like, stop.
I mean, okay, I'm looking up Demi Moore's fake boobs. They're not bad. I've definitely seen worse. Let's be
Well,
honest.
we did used to
Striptease,
go
when
to
she
a-
pulls them out, I'm just like, holy crap! Looks like somebody just shoved like.
No, I'm
like I said, like, two
definitely looking
cantaloupes in
at-
there.
I'm looking at some pictures.
Definitely
I
looking
mean,
at some pictures.
they're not bad. Like, at least they're like semi-symmetrical and stuff. Like they're fine. Those are fine. I mean,
Those are fine.
I mean, personally, I don't think really anyone needs to get fake boobs, but like,
Well, no,
they're not bad. I mean, I've seen some. You ever watch
All right.
that show Botched? That shit's fucking.
Yeah. Well,
No.
if we're gonna be
Will
real,
not.
if we're gonna be gross guys about this tonight, I'm just gonna throw out there. If you're looking at pictures, Cody Tara Reid boob job,
Who?
Oh,
Tara
one of the
Reid.
worst ones.
and then we'll get off the boob job stuff.
She looks like she's got like a lazy eye boob. Like it's one staring off to the side, one staring straight. Like, which one am I supposed to look at?
An advocate for liberty is trying to get the chat to come up with a conspiracy theory about me, and now he's involving me in the Washington Monument in inappropriate means, and I need an adult. I'm calling the cops. No.
Tara Reid boob job.
Yeah, I may be a little out of touch here, but with the timelines and stuff. But I've just learned recently that Alanis Morissette's "Jagged Little Pill" was about her breakup with Dave Coulier.
Yeah, you didn't know.
That's
Yeah,
true.
you didn't know
Right.
that?
No,
It's because they're
I-
both Canadians. Well, that's not the reason why, but that's pretty common thing. Like Canadian actors back then, they used to just date each other.
Oh
I
man,
mean,
that's sad.
it almost doesn't look like she got a boob job. It just looks like she got old.
Oh no, she definitely got a boob job.
Yeah, but they might have scrubbed it from the internet. It was a real big conspiracy thing. Like, not conspiracy, but it was a real big controversy back in the day because that was back when, like, boob jobs were getting real prevalent in, like, the late 90s, early 2000s and stuff. And then, like, she was an upcoming, like, really pretty woman actress that was doing stuff. And then, like, that kind of ruined it for her. That's why you saw her. And she would go from, like, AAA movies to Van Wilder's Road Trip, Beer Pong, Extravaganza 7. You know, like...
Well, she definitely
Yeah.
went from some A's to whatever that is.
Look at her in the golf cart in Van Wilder, and then look at her now. Like there's
Tara Reid golf cart.
RB Mark 2 in the chat says, I actually got beaten up by my pool cleaner when I turned down its advances. That's how I hurt myself. That vacuum's pretty strong. Not that I'd know. No.
It's like, okay, so
Uh-oh, would you look up Glenn?
those are not good looking. That's
It's like when your headlights are out of adjustment. It's like it's just not. You're just not seeing the road anymore.
One's blinding oncoming traffic. The other one's like at the gutter, like on the
One's in
right
the
side.
tree.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're hunting for squirrels because that's the only thing you're gonna go. With.
Oh my god.
oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I can't really find anything like.
They probably scrubbed the internet for
whatever.
it. It's kind of
Whatever.
embarrassing. Oh, David Moyle in chat throws up. Hey, go ahead, look up Blue Waffle Man if you haven't yet.
Oh, I've definitely seen that
No.
before.
Don't. No.
Everyone, I
100%
think everyone's
seen
seen
that
that from
before.
now. I think that more people that are millennial coming into the world that grew up with a cell phone before the age of 10 know a Blue Waffle before most
Bruh.
people in the world.
You won't go to lemonparty.org.
Oh no.
I haven't done that one before. Is it going to give me viruses?
It's citrusy.
If you meet anybody on there, you probably get a virus.
Probably. That is the worst.
Is that like a peeing website?
Party.org.
By the way, none of these websites are endorsed by the Amigos and Co. Neither is the show.
All right.
Adam's
why I
just
like this show.
Adam's sitting there
I'm
like
surprised you recorded, to be honest.
Adam's gonna be sitting there tomorrow, like kind of trying to like show a little bit of love and catch a replay, but like, oh, what the fuck.
There was just instantly like a three-way of like fucking old dudes, like one dude blowing the old other guy, and the other one's making out with the other. Like, I was like, all right.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, you know.
Well, I tried to scroll down, and then it just like changed to a different screen. So I was like, all right, I'm exiting out of that before it gives me some weird shit. Like,
I'll give you a space age.
I mean, you guys ever been on eFuck?
Nope.
You should check it out. It's EFUKT.com. Check that shit out.
Advocate for Liberty says that Randall looks like a Hershey's Kiss.
But the real question is why. Oh my god.
Like a snack.
You need to make that with like a little white tag coming out of it. That'd be awesome.
If we have a Halloween, the show for Halloween, that's what I'll be. I'll be a Hershey Kiss. I'll get the Silver Surfer makeup and everything.
Oh, well, you heard about the I can't tell that joke. Never mind. The punchline is, Hershey bars, one with nuts, one without.
Oh man, yeah, we just we won't tell that one on here.
That's the punchline?
That's the punchline.
I don't get it.
I'm not going to tell the joke
Why?
because I don't want to get you guys totally kicked off YouTube.
All of
jokes.
our
That's the thing, though.
12
I'm
viewers.
so old, man, that some things that were acceptable, 30 years ago, not so acceptable now. You just
Well, I remember being in kindergarten telling jokes about like people having sex, and that was like me at 6, 7 years old. You know what I mean? And like things have definitely
dude.
changed.
I was like, I don't think they're well. Okay, that's like, I mean, I know some people, but I was gonna say I don't think there's any snowflakes in our like watch list.
I'm pretty snowy.
I was
So-
like me, I could like any joke is not too far for me. Like it's literally like you can tell me any fucking joke and I'm like, oh, that's dark. That's a good one. Like let me write that one down. Like.
we'll have to save some for after the show.
It seems that there's a huge shift in the general sense of humor because, like, looking at some of the memes that these edgy Zoomers will share versus when I was growing up, my dad had like a book by Drew Carey called "Dirty Jokes and Beer," and that was edgy for the time, and now you're just like, what does it even mean, man?
Yeah, I did. Believe it or not, I actually did stand-up comedy for a while, and
I can't see it.
That was hard because it started to get to the point where people started becoming offended and then being outspoken about it, and it was like, guys, it's a joke. Like that's the whole reason. Like if you can't laugh at yourself or laugh at your situation, if I'm offending you, it's probably because you're the guy I'm talking about that's doing this thing that nobody else likes that you need to stop doing. So yeah, it's tough for a funny person to try and stay relevant now. It's hard. It just is.
Everything's so niche.
Everybody's so offended all the time. It's like, dude, get over yourself.
Yeah. Everyone's.
But that's an old man talking,
It's you got to tip toes around stuff, and like some stuff, of course, is always off limits. But there's a lot of things where it shouldn't be. Comedy is like the free expression of the struggles or pains or anything that you've ever gone through, whether it's happy or sad. And it's a way for you to express it to the world to get a reaction that they might enjoy. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're trying to hurt anyone if you say anything a certain way, but it's hard to do that nowadays because it's so easy to just flip on people, and it's kind of sucks. And I know, like, if you guys, I'm sure people here watch Dave Chappelle stuff, like, he hits it on the head, like, stuff he was doing 10 years ago, he couldn't even do today. Imagine an Austin Powers movie coming out now, and, like, back when it came out, like, you take your kids to it, and laugh at it and stuff,
I wish it would. Austin Powers is, like, my favorite, like, trilogy of all time.
Yeah. It's one of the best.
And you see these old comedians that aren't funny anymore because they can't be.
Yeah.
When was the last time Eddie Murphy was funny? If you watch some of his old stuff, man, it is dirty as hell. It really is. But I'll tell you, the dirtiest comic that shocked me was Bob Saget.
Oh,
if you've ever seen Bob Saget do stand-up, it will blow your mind. If you think that's Danny Tanner, it ain't. Trust me.
If you guys think that fucking, what's his name? The one that got AIDS, Sheen or whatever. If you guys think that he did a lot of cocaine, no, you guys gotta watch Bob Saget. That he because he does drugs, but that fool is so grimy and so funny though. It is so funny.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious because it's so unexpected.
Yeah.
Did you know that kids say the darnest things though?
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't think we can talk about an old Bill Cosby show.
Oh man, the Jello pudding. I used to be able to do a voice, but I can't stop laughing.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's one thing. I don't do voices. Like, I've tried, but I'm just not good at voices. Like, I could do characters, but I can't really do voices that well.
I used to
and
think
I'm not afraid to do anything. Like, I'll put on a pink wig and some socks and be Sophie. I don't care. Like, this is whatever. If it works, it works.
Wait, Sophie, is that the girl that's selling her bathwater? No, that's Delphine or something.
That's Belle Delphine.
Yeah.
Sophie was actually a vapor viewer.
Oh man, see, I don't know anything. Like I just got it in my head. I got so much. I just think of them all as these like anime cosplay chicks now. Like with the one
Is she
name.
still relevant?
Is she what now?
Is she relevant anymore?
I don't want to speak ill of the dead. But I guess a fan of hers like hugged her and dropped her and broke her arm, and it was like there was this switch that got turned. And Sophie went a little, like, loopy. It's probably the nicest way I can say it. Like, I used to watch her reviews because I liked her reviews, and she wasn't bad to look at. And then she went, like, she started advertising socks and just wigs and very unique stuff. And her vape reviews just weren't really reviews anymore. It was like her sitting in the bathtub vaping a pod. It was like...
Became a promoter more of a reviewer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and now she's doing like cosplay and stuff. Like, I mean, she's attractive, so I mean, it's not like I don't look, but I mean, it's not. I'm not going there for vape reviews.
Yeah, do what makes you happy, but it's not what you want to watch.
Well, everybody knows what sells vape liquid.
Yeah,
cleavage. I mean, if you've been on Instagram, it's you just put a bottle right here, and
Yeah.
I could probably get away with it as long as I didn't scroll up to my face. As long as it was just like from here down. Like, man, that girl's got a nice set, and then you see the beard.
I always love.
You're like, they're a little hairy, but I mean, they're nice.
I remember, back when I was doing all the advertising and shit, and I love the fact that, my $6,000 camera setup and my hours of editing had nothing on this girl that used a teeth whitening filter that made her look like a ghost. So.
Here's a topic that drives me nuts, just because it's this kind of show. But why is it that the Instagram people that have like 4 posts have like 5,000 followers?
So those are people that are buying their followers, and I went on top.
God, it drives me crazy. I've got almost as many posts as followers, and I'm like, how the fuck are these people doing this?
Yeah. So I want to throw that out there, and actually I want to address this real quick. RB in the chat, RB Mark 2 in the chat says that your boobs for cleavage would still be better than Tara Reid's. So.
That's That's cool. I thought about starting an OnlyFans page with that, but didn't have any takers. So.
But I want to throw this out there because I know we got some people in here do vape
I think
stuff.
I'm making Glenn sick. He just looks like he's got this sick look on his face, like
It's not really hitting me right, man.
I think Glenn's bakeritoed. But yeah, that whole 5,000 followers and 2 posting. I just want to throw this out there for someone that's worked in this industry and done stuff like this. Don't spend fucking $500 to get a bunch of followers that aren't going to get you interaction on products you're trying to sell, because you can get 500 fake likes on that. But guess what? Not one of those 500 likes that you paid for is going to pay you for your product. So don't do that. It's bad business.
Very true.
It's bad business.
I'm like 8 followers away from 500. I just want to hit that mark. After that, I really don't care. But I'm just like, man, at some point, I've got to hit one of these home runs. It's going to go.
You just got to use random hashtags sometimes, and then you could be like my page. I'll get 20 followers in a day when I do a post, and it's all those I like sex or blowjobs in my bio, follow my Snapchat, and then like in 2 days they unfollow me. So my stuff fluctuates by 10 like every week. So you just got to use random hashtags. So if you want a quick boost, there you go.
That happened on a YouTube video totally by mistake. It was Halle Berry's birthday. I did birthdays as part of the show, and do celebrity birthdays.
Yeah.
And it was Halle Berry's birthday, so the thumbnail was like Halle Berry. It's from the Monsters Ball, and it's like the scene everybody knows from Monsters Ball, and it was like Halle Berry's there, and you could just see her saying "Make it vape good," and that has like 300,000 views. And
Yeah.
I can't tell you I probably how many people were so disappointed to click on that and see me sitting behind a desk like talking about vape shit. So, and it's the only one, like most of my other ones are like, a few hundred or 1,000 or whatever, and that one's got like 330,000 views, and I'm like, yep, you guys got tricked, and it wasn't even on purpose, but rock on.
Yeah, that reminds me of when you'd spend 14 hours on dial-up internet on LimeWire trying to download Laffy Taffy by D4L, and it was just like a guy that was rapping over it. Yo, buy my mixtape, this little P. Yo, I got that rappy yappy. Get at me,
Or
at
it was
me.
Rick Astley.
Yeah, the Rickroll.
Yeah. God, that used to happen so much back in the day. You'd be
Oh.
like, God damn it.
That's so
I can't
good.
believe I spent 3 hours downloading a Rick Astley video.
Or why your parents?
Oh, it was that bad?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Dude,
Okay.
dial-up internet. Someone tried to call you, you'd lose your connection, or your parents tried to use a phone, or someone in the house
Yes.
used a phone. Yeah, man.
How old are you guys? Like, I really don't know.
I'm 33. I'm turning
I'm
34.
45.
Bullshit.
I'm 23.
My son is older than you.
Oh, fuck.
My son turns 24 this month.
I'm 24 in January.
You're
My
just a
son
bit.
is older than you.
Yeah.
How old are you, Glenn?
26.
Okay. Well, I'm just glad I can be semi-relevant and funny for people of your age. I never grew up, so it's just
Yeah.
like I'm still like 16.
Oh,
It's just
you're not living if you grow up. What the fuck?
I'm a Toys R Us kid, baby.
Yeah, what
For
kind of shit is
life.
that?
They shut them all down. No.
I remember when that shit went out of business.
Word.
I used to work for a place called Children's Palace that probably nobody knows about. It was a toy store that was competition with Toys R Us. Like nobody knows that.
That sounds like a terrible place to take your kids on a creepy aspect just because of the name. I'm just saying.
Oh, and they looked like big
Castles and stuff.
Cinderella palaces too. I mean, it was like that kind of style.
That's kind of cool though. Did you get to dress up though? Like, were you like a character?
No. All I did was stock diapers.
Oh.
Like that. So
I have ye baby sheets here, master. Like, so, like. Adulting is overrated. RB Mark II in the chat says, I agree.
For sure.
Amen to that, bro.
Yeah, you say that, but you still want to like own a home, and there are some adult things that you need to do, and I never learned that, so
That's
still live in
fair.
an apartment.
Yeah.
I was
Don't
like,
follow my lead.
I'm a man child, but like still, it's not really worth growing up. At least not yet.
Don't commit tax fraud, kids.
Okay, yeah, don't do that. Like, I mean, if you got a job, like, pay your taxes and shit. But like,
But if you're 48 years old and you're still spending $150 on vape flavorings, maybe you should. It's like, probably could have went to something else like prostate exam or something.
Those are free.
mean-
No.
well, it depends on how often you're talking about like the.
The exam, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, exactly.
Are you trying to tell us right here you spent your prostate money on your flavoring?
Well, yeah, but I'm never gonna get that, and I'm just like, I'd rather die of cancer than go through that.
You're like, it's never.
Fuck that. Yeah.
I'm not getting that money back, but you know.
But the good news is the junk still works. So, when that goes away, I don't know what I'm gonna be living for, but
Priorities, guys.
That's how it is,
All right, so we just hit over an hour, and I've also got to take a fat poop, so let's go ahead and do our shout-outs and close this out.
Right on.
So, Glenn, you go first then.
Yep. Thank you all for coming. It's been awesome. Don't forget to go over to localvape.com or Steel Valley Vapors or however many other sites there are that carry Breestone's coils. Get you some Breestone's coils. They're fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah. All right, Cody, what you got?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Breestones are cool. I got that shit. Shit slaps. Have a good night. Sorry I've been gone for 3 weeks, whatever. And also, 20 minutes tonight. But
He's the show's dad. He just leaves and goes and never comes back. Mr. Anthony Ramella, what do you got for us, man?
Well, you guys, if you're interested in CBD edibles, exoticleafusa.com. That's kind of my main thing. You can find me on Instagram at what's on the screen here. It's just I'm_Anthony Ramella. I usually put out something, almost every day, and just to try and get a laugh. So if you're looking for something to laugh at, I might make Vandal and Swaggins twins on something. I might do whatever. I mean, the posters that are behind me are ones that I've made for the Fallout, just because it's fun. If you need anything, media related, custom T-shirts, an intro, a bumper, whatever, Shake and Bake Media, you can hit me up. It's just my name, Anthony Ramella at shakeandbakemedia.com. We are super reasonable. So if you're making your own liquid and you want some labels for it, probably get them for like under $100, and we'll custom design everything for you. So if you need me, I'm around. I bounce around to different YouTube shows, which is really cool because I don't have to have my own show anymore. I can just make, Vandal do all the work, and I can just come on here and have a good time and tell dick and fart jokes. So it's awesome. But thank you guys so much for having me on. This has been fun. Maybe I'll get called back and maybe not. like that guy was way too rude. We're not having him on the show again.
Don't call us.
But,
We'll call you.
Fun.
No.
So all right, Vandal, take us home.
All right, thank you so much for being here, man. It was a fucking blast. I didn't even feel like we were here a whole hour, so it's a great time. We hit a plethora. That's my big word of the week, plethora of subjects. And then now I just want to say ectoplasm because it's a cool word. But that made me lose my train of thought. Make sure you check out Local Vape. We use the code like they said. And then also Breezetones are everywhere. Victory Vape in Australia, Steel Valley Vapors, I believe at 777s, Cloud Rising Phoenix, Cloud. Oh my God, I'm fucking it up. Anyways, I'll be back on Monday, and then we'll be back next Friday probably. I don't know. We'll let you guys know. But otherwise, you guys are beautiful. We love every one of you. And have a great fucking night. And then, bye.
Later.
Beautiful.